All right. Please state your name and age.
My name is Roger Busmel Sr.
Senior.
I was born November 12th.
Just your age.
Oh, 56.
Okay. Today we'll be doing a background history, and then I will be administering a mental health assessment.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll start. Are you married?
Yes.
What is your occupation?
I am a courier. I do transportation.
Okay. And how long have you been in this present job?
I've been at this job for 2.5 years.
Do you enjoy it?
Sometimes.
Can you expand on that, please? Why?
I love transportation. I love serving the public. I just don't like the protocol of the organization.
Okay.
The organization itself, the way they run their affairs. Sometimes unhappy with it.
Okay. Do you have children?
Yes.
How many sons?
I have one son.
And how many daughters?
I have 3 daughters, 1 biological son, and 2 sons from current marriage. That is not biological.
Okay, and how are they all doing as a group? How would you say they're all doing? Like in school and their peer relationships, are they good kids?
I want to believe they're all good kids. They demonstrate such behavior in terms of respecting their elders, respecting the culture we grew up in, respecting the environment they live in, and so forth. I think all my 5 or 6 children are doing well.
Okay. All right, we'll move on to family history. Where was your place of birth?
I was born in Liberia.
And where did you grow up?
I spent most of my growing up in Liberia, Monrovia.
And can you briefly explain to me, just growing up, can you briefly explain to me like a chronological order of an explanation of your moves, where you started and where you ended up, just growing up?
Right. Well, my father and mother grew up in a small town called Zowenta, Liberia. That's where I spent most of my growing up, but I went to school in a bigger city, Christian school, and I spent over 12 years there.
What was that? Monrovia?
No, Banga,
Okay.
Bang County.
Okay.
It's another bigger city where my sister and I spent most of our time in the boarding school, Methodist school. Then I later on moved to Monrovia, where I did my did my community college and university.
Okay.
Then later on, the Civil War erupted.
And you
And
came to the United States?
No.
Oh.
Then I moved to Nigeria.
Okay.
Because of the Civil War for about 6 to 7 years. Then moved back to Liberia. Then migrated to the United States.
Okay. And how many siblings do you have?
I have 1 sister and 5 brothers.
Biological brothers?
Yes.
Half brothers or full brothers?
No, they're all half brothers.
Okay,
So my 5 brothers are all half brothers.
Okay. So 1 biological sister.
One biological sister by mother and father.
Yeah.
And my other 5 brothers are from different mothers.
Okay.
But from the same father.
Okay. Gotcha. And out of all your siblings, are you the oldest, middle, or youngest?
I am the second to the oldest. So I'm the oldest brother.
Oldest brother.
But the next to my sister, I'm the second in. I'm the oldest among the brothers, but my sister is the oldest.
Okay.
Right.
And what was that like growing up, being the oldest brother but younger than your sister? Did you have to take on a lot of responsibility?
Yeah, I did. I took on responsibility at a very, very early age.
Okay.
That was something my father made me to do. So I exhibited responsibility from the age of maybe 15 in terms of working in my father's business and also providing at a very early age for myself at 21 maybe.
Okay. And what was your father's profession?
He was a businessman. He was a merchant.
Okay.
He had a supermarket. Okay.
And what kind of person was your dad growing up? I'm going to give you a few options. You can just say yes or no.
Mm-hmm.
Was he warm? Like his temperament? Was he a warm person?
What do you mean warm? No, he was
like
quiet.
His temperament.
His temperament, he was calm. Warm means sweet?
Yeah.
Yes, warm.
Okay.
Not aggressive guy. No,
okay,
very calm.
Was he present?
Yes.
Was he ever absent?
No.
Okay. Was he strict?
No.
Overprotective?
No.
Was he cruel?
No.
Playful?
No.
Was he an alcoholic?
No.
Any mental illness?
No.
Okay. Now we'll move on to your mother. What was her profession?
She was a stay-at-home mother.
Okay. And how was she growing up? Was she a traditional mom?
Yes.
Was she warm?
Yes.
Was she present?
Yes.
Was she strict?
No.
Overprotective?
Yes.
Cruel?
No.
And any mental illness?
No.
Was she an alcoholic?
No.
Okay. Did either of your parents have problems with drugs or alcohol?
No.
And is there any mental illness in your family history?
No.
Are your parents still living?
My mother is, my father is deceased.
And how did your father die?
He died from heart attack.
Okay. And how old were you when your father died?
I was maybe 36. No, I'm sorry. 38.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Were your parents ever married?
No.
Okay.
Well, we'll say yes, traditional marriage, not in a civilized Western marriage.
Did they ever get divorced?
Yes. So you're right. My father and mother was married, and they got legal divorce in Liberia.
And do you remember how old you were when they got divorced?
They were separated when I was young, maybe 10.
Okay. And what was your parents' relationship like? Was it warm, loving, or was it volatile and hateful?
It was warm.
Warm and loving?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Did either of your parents remarry?
Yes, both.
And did you get along with the step families?
Yes.
Okay. What kind of neighborhood did you live in growing up?
Middle class.
Okay. So you were middle class and finances were okay when you were growing up?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And what kind of kid were you before the age of 14? I'll just list out a few options. Were you an indoor kid or outdoor kid?
Outdoor.
Were you popular?
Yes.
Were you quiet?
No.
Were you mischievous?
No.
Rebellious?
No.
Hyperactive?
No.
Insecure?
No.
Okay. And what kind of grades did you get during grade school? A, B, B, C, C, D, or D, F?
B and C's.
Okay. We'll move on to adolescence. So ages 14 to 18. Were you popular?
Yes.
Rebellious?
No.
Athletic?
Yes.
Social?
Yes.
Were you dating?
Yes. You 16, 18?
14 to 18. Yeah, 16,
No.
18.
No. Wasn't dating yet.
Not at 16, 18?
Mm-mm. No.
Any drugs or alcohol?
No.
Did you have friends?
Yes.
And how were your grades like 16,
B.
18? BC? Okay.
No.
So you did not fall in love during those years?
No.
Did you ever get in trouble in school?
Really?
Okay. Now we'll move on to adulthood. Did you graduate from high school?
Yeah.
And did you go to college after?
Yes.
What was college like for you? How was your experience?
It was challenging
Why?
because I was pretty much an adult. I was taking care of myself.
Okay,
I
so
was self-sufficient.
okay, so the next question was, so
I was employed.
so being free from parental restriction was difficult for you. Like the responsibility
Was challenging.
with being on your own was challenging.
Yes.
Okay. Did you have any relationships?
Yes.
Were they positive or negative?
Positive.
And briefly explain life after college. What did you do after college?
Briefly after college was okay. Was uncertainty, but okay. What I mean uncertainty, there was civil war, so
Okay.
there was on and off of normal life.
Okay. Right.
I don't know how you write that there.
And what has been your worst experience in your life so far?
Civil crisis in my country that I experienced,
Okay.
and second, my first divorce.
All right. What would you say is your greatest accomplishment in your life so far?
Having my children.
Almost done.
Okay.
Have you ever been involved in a major accident or trauma?
Yes.
And what was that?
A motorbike accident, and one auto accident.
Okay. Any head injuries?
Yes.
Loss of consciousness?
Yes, on a motorbike, yeah.
Okay. Have you ever received psychiatric or psychological treatment or counseling?
Not that. I received counseling for marriage counseling.
Okay.
Yes, I received marriage counseling.
Have you ever had any symptoms of depression or experienced serious sleep or appetite difficulties?
No.
Have you ever had any symptoms of anxiety?
Yes.
Have you ever had a panic attack?
Yes.
Can you briefly describe that experience and why?
I have panic attack because after my tumultuous marriage, late tumultuous marriage, my first marriage, it affected me psychologically,
Okay.
and so that led to some
Panic attack.
panic attack because of the extreme stress.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you currently or have you in the past taken medication for these or other emotional problems?
Yes, I take panic attack medication as needed.
Okay. Have you ever felt so hopeless and discouraged that it was a struggle to just simply keep going?
No.
Did you ever consider suicide or ever attempted suicide?
No.
Have you ever had any eating disorders?
No.
How do you sleep currently?
I would say
Do you
fair.
have difficulty falling asleep, staying asleep, or waking up?
I have difficulty sometimes
Staying asleep or falling asleep?
going back to sleep. I don't know how to
Okay.
decline it.
Okay, so staying asleep. Okay. How much alcohol do you drink each week?
Mild, like maybe I'm an occasional drinker.
Occasional, okay.
I'm an occasional
And
drinker.
have you ever experienced with drugs?
No, never.
All right.